Hello, welcome to my channel Visa Talks with K. So in today's video, I'm sharing with you, as you can see on the screen, what an e-visa looks like. That's a Nigerian e-visa that has been approved, how it looks, and also I'll be sharing with you critical information of the things you need to do after your visa has been approved. I've been receiving several emails of how, for me to explain what the e-visa looks like, the duration, and the critical documents you need to present at the port of entry once you arrive Nigeria. So this video will give you all that information. So watch this video to the end and please ensure you subscribe to get latest updates around the Nigerian e-visa application system. So let's begin. So firstly, this is what an approved e-visa, which is an electronic visa for Nigeria, this is what it looks like. So this was processed by us for a Korean national. We applied and within a week we got this approval. So of course, yes, critical information around the person has been blurred, right? But if you need us to apply for your own visa, we can help you, with all the application process document, upload, visa fee payment to ensure you get your own visa at the record time. So yeah, so the first thing I would like to draw your attention to is the fact that so yeah, in Nigeria now, so before now the visa on arrival once it's issued used to be valid for 14 days, but now it has a 90-day validity period, as you can see on the screen. So it's valid. So it was issued in July and it's valid until September 2025. So that's like the first critical improvement. Also, the 30 days period still remained the same, just like the e-visa before. Sorry, the visa on arrival was also it will also grant you permission to stay for only 30 days. So same still applies with the e-visa. Then another improvement in the e-visa application system for Nigeria is what they term the landing and exit cards. So this is a basically another platform or another portal system where you need, so if you're coming into Nigeria as a foreigner, you need to have first registered and get your landing card. While as a foreigner, if you are exiting Nigeria, you also need to go to the portal, as you can see in the document, and register to register your exit card, basically to get an exit card, right? So it's very straightforward. So you just go there, register with your email address and password, and fill in the required information, and that's it. So you just print out the approval or the card as it is. It's an e-card basically. Print it out and show them at the port of entry once you are landing or once you are exiting Nigeria. So these are the general instructions that you need to take note of after your e-visa has been approved. So these general instructions are categorized into three. The first category is the essential entry requirements. Of course, if you're entering into a country, you must have printed out your e-visa as a document. Then you need to go with a valid passport with at least two blank visa pages for endorsement. So this implies that yes, your passport must be valid for at least 6 months, right? And also, once you get into Nigeria at the port of entry, you would be issued a sticker visa on your passport. So you need to have at least two blank pages. So you need to know this. It's critical when you are. I mean, it's better you even know before you apply for your visa. Also, of course, you need to have a confirmed return ticket that shows that you have intentions to leave Nigeria before your visa expires. That's like standard process everywhere. Then also, of course, while you are applying for the visa, you uploaded your proof of funds, right? You need to also have copies of that proof of funds, like proof of sufficient funds, so that you can show the visa officer or the immigration officer at the port of entry that you are financially capable of covering your expenses during your stay in Nigeria. So printing out your bank statement, of course, or any financial document that you uploaded during the point of application is what is required to be showed at the point of entry. Also, of course, while you're making the application, you had uploaded evidence of your accommodation. So be it an hotel accommodation, or you have a family member or a friend that is inviting you over. So a letter of invitation from the family member or friend with, of course, the proof of your inviter's legal residency status in Nigeria. So it could be his own passport data page. It could be a document, another national ID document issued by the government. Also, also mentioned that people should also include the copy of the recent utility bill, of the address of that person, so that also validates that the person is actually live, living in the home country, basically. So we go into the second category of the general requirements expected of you, which is the rules and conditions of entry. First, your document has to be valid. Any alteration, any changes that, any fraud detected could actually lead to your visa being cancelled, and of course, you could be denied entry and deported back to your home country. So ensure that you have a very valid document and there are no shady dealings on your passport. Of course, this visa, the category of visa that has been issued is a tourist visa, so you are not permitted to work, you're not permitted to get paid and unpaid employment, and of course, anything around business activities, you are not allowed to fit it in. If you need to apply, or if you need to work in Nigeria, there are several categories, or if you are coming for a business duty, there are several categories of visa that would allow you to do that. But on the tourist visa, you are not allowed. So before now, remember I mentioned or I described what the landing and exit card means. I'm not going to talk much about this. And so for the purpose of easy access, I will also copy all the required links and drop them in the description of this video so that you can easily click on them and also do the needful. But ensure that you attend to your landing and exit card as at when needed, so that you don't have any issues or complications, once you arrive and once you're about to depart Nigeria. Also, of course, compliance with Nigerian immigration law, very important. If you don't do that, you're going to get deported, you're going to pay fine, and of course, you could face up to 5 to 10 years ban, for your subsequent travels to Nigeria. Then don't overstay. There are consequences now for overstaying your visa, so ensure that you stick to your duration of visa as stated on your passport, or on your visa application, or on your approved visa letter. If you want to overstay, there are various ways of grant of requesting for extension, right, of your permit of your stay in Nigeria. You can, do that before the expiration of your visa directly to the Nigerian Immigration Service. We can also consult for you if you actually require extension services. Then lastly, for the third category, which are now additional requirements or guidelines for travelers. This wasn't there before. For instance, medical and travel insurance have been advised. So maybe not mandatory, but you're advised to have a valid medical insurance covering your stay, in Nigeria. Also, for some certain travelers, you need to show proof of yellow fever vaccine upon arrival. If you need much more information on that, you can visit the Nigerian Immigration Service portal to get details. But basically, it's advised that you have medical and travel insurance, once coming to Nigeria. And of course, you also need, while traveling to Nigeria, you need to be very, very conscious of security and ensure that you stay in a very safe and comfortable place, right? Also, for visa processing and approval, the issuance of the visa, like we all know globally, it's at the discretion of the Nigerian Immigration Authority. So if you submit an application, it doesn't really guarantee that you get your visa approved. But then that's why we're here, right? We can help you, reduce the risk and also increase your chances of getting the visa. So you can contact us to help you do end-to-end visa processing, and we'll be glad, like we did for this person, we'll be glad to also help you, get your visa without any issues. Of course, getting a visa does not guarantee direct access. You get to the port of entry, you might be delayed, or you might even be turned back, basically. So the visa only guarantees your access to the port of entry. It is the visa officer at the port of entry that decides your case. So that's like a very big disclaimer, which is of course a global practice in all countries. So another clear definition or explanation is, for travelers, is to know the visa validity period. What does this really mean? So basically, the visa validity period refers to the time which you must travel to Nigeria after your visa has been approved, right, or has been issued. So basically, I had mentioned before, your visa is valid for 90 days from the day it was issued, right? So it's valid for that period. So you won't want to mistake your visa validity period to mean the duration of stay. Duration of stay is 30 days, but from the day your visa was issued to the next 90 days, you can travel. If you travel outside 90 days, then you can't use that visa again. So that's what the visa validity period means. So ensure you know this strongly so that you don't have any issues, arriving in Nigeria and even departing the country. So yes, if you have any critical information that has changed in your personal details, even after you have applied for the visa, ensure you communicate. Even after you've gotten the visa now, ensure you communicate this in earnest to the Nigerian Immigration Service so that it don't affect, again, fines and also visa cancellation or even legal action. So, guys, thank you very much. This is all you need to know. This is all you need to prepare with. Once you're applying and even after you've gotten your Nigerian e-visa. Please, if you like this, if you find this video very useful, please like, please share, please also subscribe so that the YouTube algorithm will help populate this content to a greater audience that will need this kind of information. If you have any questions, if you have any queries at all, meet me at the comment section. I'll be just watching out and attending to them, to the questions or comments raised by you, my viewers, right? So my email address is also on the description if you need a very tailored service to help all these issues and get your visas at the very first go at seamlessly. You can reach out. I will be glad to. So thank you very much for watching this video. Wishing you very safe travels to Nigeria. Until that next time, bye bye.